Ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn èèyàn ni wọ́n fi èrò àti ìwòye tí wọ́n ṣọwọ́ sí wa láti fi ìwòye àti èrò tí wọ́n hàn lórí ètò tí mo mú wá lánàá, wípé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn ni wọ́n ń bi mí léèrè wípé kí ló dé, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ tí kábíyèsí aláàfin tuntun ọba Abímbọ́lá Akeem Ọwádé tí ò fi wá sí ibi ayẹyẹ ìwúyè ìgbádé ìgbọ́pá àṣẹ ọba Ọwá Ọbòkun tilẹ̀ Ìjẹ̀ṣà. Kí làwọn èèyàn ń wí, kí làwọn èèyàn ń sọ, màá mú wá fún yín. Bákan náà, lórí ìròyìn tí mo lọ jáde tí mo lọ ń jà rìnrìn lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára nípa bí kábíyèsí ọba Ọwá Ọbòkun tilẹ̀ Ìjẹ̀ṣà tuntun tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbadé tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ jẹ ọba Clement Asro Adéṣuyì Ọwá Ọbòkun tilẹ̀ Ìjẹ̀ṣà bí wọ́n ṣe ń rábàbà tí wọ́n ń yin ẹlẹ́dàá wọn nínú ilé ìjọsìn church láti fi ọpẹ́, láti fi ìyìn fún Ọlọ́run tó dá wọn. Mo ní kí ni ìwòye àti èrò àwọn èèyàn lórí ìṣe kábíyèsí yẹn níta gbangba. Àwọn èèyàn ti fi èrò àti ìwòye tí wọ́n ṣọwọ́ sí wa, ohun tí wọ́n rò gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìwòye àti èrò ti tóníkálukú wọ́n ti fi ṣọwọ́, màá sì mú wá fún yín tí gbogbo wa jọ gbọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n bí tá à ń lọ lórí ètò gangan fún tòní, ó ní ìròyìn tó jáde wípé àwọn ọmọ bíbí ìlú Ọ̀yọ́ tí wọ́n ń gbé ní ìlú Àbújá, ó ní wọ́n ti fòun léde. Kí ni wọ́n wí, kí ni wọ́n sọ lórí ìgbésẹ̀ ilé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ láti ṣe àtúnṣe sí ìwé òfin tó ń ṣàkóso àwọn lọbalọba nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. A mú wá fún yín tí gbogbo wa jọ gbọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n kí n tó tẹ̀síwájú, ẹ jẹ́ ká dókè lọ́hùn-ún ká wò ó, ká gbọ́n tí wọ́n ní fún wa. Tá a bá wá padà dé, ká wá tú pẹ̀rẹ̀pẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wa lórí ètò. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ má tíì lọ, a sì wà lórí ètò, mo ń padà bọ̀.
Otasansan rédíò and TV.
A kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin lólùfẹ́ wa tẹ́ ń wò wá, tẹ̀lé ń gbọ́ wa káàkiri àgbáláyé lórí ìkànnì wa, ìkànnì yín Otasansan TV. Ojú tẹ́ fi ń wò wá kò ní fọ́, etí tẹ́ fi ń gbọ́ wa kò ní di láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ìbànújẹ́ ó kéré ni, ó tóbi ni, kò ní jẹ́pin wa lágbára Adẹ́dàá. Yorùbá máa ń sọ wípé ọwọ́ tó bá ṣẹ́kù sí ló yẹ kó jọbẹ rẹ̀. Àwa àti yín àní ṣàṣe dànù, àní ṣàṣe rí, àní ṣàṣe jẹ. Ọwọ́ wa báyìí láfi gbárí ayé wa lágbára Adẹ́dàá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ ṣé o, àdúpẹ́. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe pàjùbà rẹ̀ níbẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò, àwọn ọmọ bíbí ìlú Ọ̀yọ́ tí wọ́n ń gbé nílùú Àbújá tí wọ́n pe orúkọ ẹgbẹ́ wọn ní Ọ̀yọ́ Forum, wọ́n ti fòun léde láti ṣe ìkìlọ̀ fún gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ Olúwaṣèyí Makinde, láti má buwọ́lu ìwé òfin tí àwọn ọmọ ilé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ tí wọ́n ṣe àtúnṣe lé lórí, ìyẹn ìwé òfin tó ń ṣàkóso àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ lọbalọba nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Ìwé ìròyìn gbé, ìwé ìròyìn kọ. Ẹ sì mọ̀ pé mo máa ń sọ lórí ìkànnì yìí pé tí ìwé ìròyìn bá ti gbé, tí ìwé ìròyìn bá ti kọ, ó ti kúrò ní àìrí, ó ti kúrò ní àìsọ, ó ti kúrò ní àìwí, ó sì ti kúrò ní àìgbọ́. Èmi ó kàn mú wá fún yín gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìwé ìròyìn bó ṣe gbé, bó ṣe kọ ni, tí mo sì fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ farabalẹ̀, kẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí a jọ gbọ́ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ títí dé ìparí kó lè bá yé wa dáadáa, ká lè mọ tí àwọn ọmọ bíbí ìlú Ọ̀yọ́ tí wọ́n ń gbé nílùú Àbújá tí wọ́n pe orúkọ ẹgbẹ́ wọn ní Ọ̀yọ́ Forum, ká lè mọ tí wọ́n ní lọ́kàn, tí wọ́n gbà lérò, tí wọ́n fi àtẹ̀jáde yẹn tí tí wọ́n fi ránṣẹ́ láti ṣe ìkìlọ̀ fún gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ mú wá fún yín o. The Oyo Forum, Abuja, has called on the Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, to withhold assent to the Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs Amendment Bill recently drafted by the State House of Assembly. The forum also cited concerns that the bill could destroy the cultural heritage and traditional values embodied by the stool of the Alaafin of Oyo. In a statement issued on Thursday and jointly signed by its chairman, Segun Owolabi, and the chairman of the Media and Publicity Committee, the forum urged the Oyo State House of Assembly to tread cautiously as it commences the process of amending the law related to the operation of the revered traditional stool. The statement read in parts, and I quote, "Recently, the Oyo State House of Assembly, in line with its mandate as enshrined in the 1999 Constitution, as amended of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to make laws for good governance, peace, tranquility, fairness, justice, progress, unity, and the general well-being of the citizenry of the state, embarked on the amendment of the Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs Law, Chapter CAP 37 of Oyo State, Bill 2025. The bill seeks to amend the act that established the Council of Obas in Oyo State. However, a particular clause among those introduced appears to desecrate and threaten our cherished common cultural heritage and the value of the Alaafin stool. Our esteemed political leaders and other levels of leadership in our state should be reminded that the Alaafin institution goes beyond cities, towns, and villages within present-day Oyo State. Exceeding to the entire Yoruba land and race, the Alaafin institution should be revered, cherished, adored, and celebrated by us in Oyo State as proud hosts of the exalted heritage, rather than being subjected to political ridicule in the name of lawmaking, which, by implication, the proposed amendments seem to do. The Alaafin institution, as a historical entity and common cultural heritage, should be protected by modern laws of governance as is done in other countries with similar heritage, including Western nations from whom he borrowed the democratic system. According to the statement, the proposed amendments to rotate the chairmanship of the Council of Obas are already causing inter- and intra-community crises across cities, towns, and villages in Oyo State and beyond. It added, the animosity and strife this has introduced into the body politic of the state are better imagined than experienced. It could potentially lead to long-term crisis and negatively impact our peaceful coexistence as one people. While noting that it does not oppose the elevation of some chiefs, the group faulted the move to rotate the chairmanship of the council, describing it as an attempt to distort the history and culture of the people. We are not against the elevation of some Obas as proposed in the bill. In fact, most of the present Obas in the traditional council of Oyo State were recommended for elevation to beaded crown by the institution and influence of the Alaafin, subject to government ratification. However, amending the law that established the Council of Obas and Chiefs of Oyo State to allow for a rotational chairmanship is a distortion of history and a disregard for our reputable historical and cultural background, it added. Therefore, the forum advised Makinde to tarry a while and see reason why this bill should not be signed into law as currently crafted to avoid a historical calamity that may lead to unintended consequences in the near future. Your Excellency, without yesterday, Oyo Empire led by the Alaafin today will not be a reality. The present Oyo State, led by Governor Seyi Makinde, and the reality of today will undoubtedly shape tomorrow. Please take cue from advanced democracies by using the instruments of modern governance to protect and preserve our cherished cultural heritage, such as the institution of the Alaafin, so that history will not count us among those who contributed to its destruction. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ Ọ̀yọ́ Forums tí wọ́n jẹ́ ọmọ bíbí ìlú Ọ̀yọ́ tí wọ́n ń gbé ní ìlú Àbújá bí wọ́n ṣe fi ṣọwọ́ sáwọn oníròyìn, òun náà lẹ́gbọ́ tí a mú wá fún yín yẹn. Gbogbo tó wà nínú fínrìnfínntì yẹn, kókó ibẹ̀ náà ni wípé wọ́n rọ gómìnà Seyi Makinde láti má buwọ́lu ìwé àbádòfin tí ìgbìmọ̀ lọbalọba nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ táwọn ọmọ ilé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ tí wọ́n ṣe yẹn, torí pé tí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ bá lọ buwọ́lu àtúnṣe yẹn yóò dá wàhálà lẹ̀, yóò dá ìjàngbọ̀n lẹ̀, tí ó sì jẹ́ pé ìtàn ní gbàgbé wípé lásìkò ìṣèjọba rẹ̀ ò ní irú ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn wáyé. Wọ́n tẹ̀síwájú nínú fínrìnfínntì wọn yẹn wípé tí ò bá sí akitiyan, ìgbìyànjú, wàhálà, làálàá tí ìran àwọn bàbá àwọn nílùú Ọ̀yọ́ tí wọ́n kó nígbà Ọ̀yọ́ àkọ́kọ́, kò ní sí ti ń jẹ́ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lónìí, torí pé gbogbo ìgbìyànjú àwọn bàbá ńlá àwọn alálẹ̀ ìlú Ọ̀yọ́ òun ni ó jẹ́ kí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ wà lónìí, gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn ọmọ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ tí wọ́n ń gbé ní ìlú Àbújá bí wọ́n ṣe sọ nínú ohun tí mo mú wá fún yín nìyẹn. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn èèyàn wá fi ìwòye àti èrò tiwọn wọ́n wá fi ṣọwọ́ lórí ohun tí àwọn ọmọ ìlú Ọ̀yọ́, ohun tí wọ́n fi ránṣẹ́ sí gómìnà yẹn. Kí ni wọ́n wí, kí ni wọ́n sọ? Ẹ jẹ́ ká mú wá fún yín. Mr. Martins Ọládélé wọ́n ní there is nothing like that. The governor Ọlálẹ́yẹ wọ́n ní why can't they come together and choose one person to lead them? Every state have permanent chairman and second and third person. Some of you are using sentiment to talk. To me, there is no sense in it as all for that rotation. They should come together and work for development of the state. Everybody already know the truth that Alaafin is the only person entitled to that position. Yoruba with hatred. I'm not from Oyo State, I'm from Osun State, but I love Oyo State people because of that big name, Alaafin of Oyo. The name is bigger and popular. I will advise Oyo State people that they should maintain that pride before outsider will scatter you people. Good day. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ Mr. Tijani Ọlálẹ́yẹ nìyẹn. Akínyẹmí Akíntayọ̀ àwọn ní hold on to it because of who? Exactly. Because of a nameless organization. Oyo people are spoken and that bill will become law. Some people can rant and shout. The majority already have their way. Mr. Soyode àwọn ní sit down. A new order is here. Moreover, it is not a new law. It has always been there. So no history is being distorted. Bí ìyẹn ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn nípa ọ̀rọ̀ alága àwọn lọ́balọ́ba nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Ẹ wá jẹ́ kí n mú èrò àti ìwòye àwọn èèyàn ohun tí wọ́n ń wí ohun tí wọ́n ń sọ lórí ètò tí mo ṣe lánàá nípa bí mo ṣe ní àwọn èèyàn ń bi mí léèrè pé kí ló dé tí Aláàfin tuntun ọba Abímbọ́lá Akeem Ọwádé tí ò fi lọ síbi ayẹyẹ ìwúyè ìgbọ̀pá àṣẹ ọba Ọwá Òbòkun tilẹ̀ Ìjẹ̀ṣà lọ́jọ́ Friday tó kọjá. Bákan náà, fídíò tó ń jà rìnrìn ní orí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára tó ṣàfihàn kábíyèsí tuntun Ọwá Òbòkun tilẹ̀ Ìjẹ̀ṣà níbi tó ti ń yíra tó ti ń pòórá mọ́lẹ̀ nínú ilé ìjọsìn láti yin Olúwa lógo bó ṣe bọ́ sórí ìtẹ́ àwọn baba ńlá rẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ara ètò tí wọ́n là kalẹ̀ fún ayẹyẹ ìwúyè ìgbọ̀pá àṣẹ. Oríṣiríṣi àwọn èèyàn ti wá fi èrò àti ìwòye tí wọ́n ṣọwọ́ sí wa. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n mú wá fún yín ká jọ gbọ́ kó mọ́ dàbí ìgbà pé mi nìkan ni mo rí i. Yẹmí Mọ́rẹ́níkejì àwọn ní please let these people go for training before they crown them as king and kings in Yoruba land should write down all history to make handouts. I will advise Ooni of Ife to build a school for all royal family to attend and taught them all our culture with certificate before them choose them as king. They will know how to maintain and manage the post. There will be less united display of king in society like Oluwo. Let them know do and don't, and if any king disobey should face law. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ Mr. Yẹmí Mọ́rẹ́níkejì nìyẹn. Mr. Bari láti kọ́ nìyẹn. Mr. Bari, you can't compare the caliber of people that attended the coronation of the Ọwá Òbòkun until Obokun's coronation was graced by many prominent figures. Truly a gathering of the who is who in Yoruba land. Mr. Anthony Johnson àwọn ní Aláàfin will not go to the Ọwá Òbòkun coronation because Sultan of Sokoto is not there obviously. Mr. Joseph Agbaje àwọn ní Aláàfin Ọ̀yọ́ travelled and could not attend the coronation of Ọwá Òbòkun. Bí àgbà bá ń gégi nígbó àwọn amòye ń wo ibi tó máa wó sí. Àríṣe ni àríkà. All our leaders are under the watch of thousands of millions of Yoruba people all over the world. Let us say, for example, we have a pathway to a large farmland. The farmland who first cleaned the pathway is not accommodating people passing through that pathway, even as the farmers continue to increase. So the farmers discovers another pathway, and over a period of time, the first pathway was abandoned and the new pathway became convenient, wide and popular. Now, if the government want to provide the roads to the farmland, the man who made the first pathway is coming with history that the pathway is the first and the indigenous. I am sure it will be difficult for the government to follow such his theory in the next 20 years. Some of the actions and inactions today will validate or invalidate today's history. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ Mr. Joseph Agbaje nìyẹn. Ọlájídé Ìdòwú àwọn ní these are some of the things that played out why Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ was considered and Ile-Ife was not considered for co-chairmanship of Ọ̀yọ́ Obas. These are some of the things why history is not the only tool to determine Ọ̀yọ́ chairmanship. Let us see growth and greatness in our unity. Joseph Agbaje again wọ́n ní Ọba Clement Ọwá Òbòkun is a Christian by faith. If you observe, he is only expressing his appreciation, respect and thanks to God according to his faith. He did not bow to any individual person. We have kings as Muslims who go to mosque or prayer ground and pray to Allah according to their religion and faith belief. Oluwo was seen without his cap crown in Mecca. People spoke about it, and he said he did that to his maker and not to any individual person. We all need to understand that our tradition started hundreds of years ago before other religions came. But now we have other religions, and some of our traditional leaders have their faith in God according to their religion. As much as they continue to uphold the tradition, they see themselves as little as others before their maker and God, that one day they will leave the position, go to their maker and stand before him. Personal faith and belief in peaceful religious practices will be respected. Even in our traditional worship, we believe we are worshiping the Almighty God. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn èèyàn ṣe fi ṣọwọ́ sí wa, òun náà ni ẹgbọ́n tí a mú wá yẹn. Ẹ bá ní pín, ẹ bá ní fi ránṣẹ́ sí ẹlòmíì lórí àwọn social media platform yín tẹ́ ẹ bá ń lò, kó lè káàkiri àgbáláyé, kó lè rìn jìnnà dáadáa. Ẹ sì má gbàgbé láti bá ní subscribe sórí ìkànnì yìí, kẹ́ ẹ sì tan notification bell ìyàgò rán mi létí, kẹ́ ẹ lè máa láǹfààní láti máa rí wa wò, láti máa gbọ́ wa lóòrèkóòrè tá a bá ti mú tuntun wá fún yín lórí ìkànnì wa. Ẹ ṣé o, àdúpẹ́, àmọrírì yín. Ẹ jẹ́ á mọ ìwòye àti èrò tiyín láàyè comment nísàlẹ̀ fídíò yìí lórí eléyìí tí a tún mú wá. Ẹ ṣé o, àdúpẹ́, àmọrírì yín.